Bye. Hello everybody, how's everyone doing tonight? Oh dear god, why is that on? I thought I turned that off. What the fuck? That's weird. Hello. I don't know why that showed up, but hey. How's everyone doing tonight? Everyone is doing great. Yeah, thank you, Armor. You know what? Because we're playing a very different game tonight, I think we should have some other music for the background tonight. Yeah? I did not do that right. Whoops. Okay, and let me unmute that and there we go. But how's everyone doing? I hope everyone has had a fantastic night so far. I'm going to be honest. I wanted to wait to play this game, right? But I wanted to start this game, and I didn't want to start this game because I didn't want to have three RPGs running at the same time. Right. I didn't want to have this Super Mario RPG, which I still do need to finish, and also Liza P. But here I am, starting this fucking game. This is gonna be one of the first fake games I actually played on this channel. I think the only other time I played was before I became a VTuber, like at all. I used to stream some fake Grand Order stuff, like random grinds and such, or like events that I never got to play, like the first original summer event in NA and all that shit. But aside from that, I don't really tackle too much Fate stuff on this channel. Or yeah, no channels, right? I think everyone knows what Fate is at this point. Or some people do know what Fate is at this point. But we're going to be tackling the game that pretty much got me into the series. Actually, no, VTubers weren't even commonplace back then, now that I think about it. Yeah, no, VTubers were not commonplace back then. When I streamed Fate Grand Order. It was actually more appropriate for a lot of people to stream with their face. I guess we could thank Hololive for that one, huh? Otherwise, you wouldn't have people like me, like Lucy, like Balden, all three of us, and Claire as well. All of us, you know, being able to stream and show this this sort of stuff to you guys. Right? But we're going to be taking a dive into the very game that got me into the Fate series. That pretty much cemented my favoritism into the Fate series. Because of the, you know, because I'm an inevitable man VTuber. You also apparently can't spell. Don't worry, I have them. Don't worry, me too, man. Me too. I can't spell either. Trust me. You've seen it. You've seen it plenty of times in Lucy's chat. But yeah. Also, what's apparent is I got my animated stuff working. Well, not all of them, right? I can't use the game screen because the game screen is actually too big. Memory-wise, it's way too big. Memory-wise, I had to do a lot of fucking around to make sure it works. And even if I did, it caused frame rate issues. So I can't even fucking use it. That's just great now, isn't it? But I've also gotten around to, but I've made some workarounds for some of these to work. Like this screen, this just chatting screen and the BRB screen, those are fine. The ending screen I could have just put in and it wouldn't have mattered. And the start screen, the start screen was something I had to be finicky, a little bit finicky about, because that one's just slightly too big for me to use as an overlay. So until my artist gets back to me, if they know how to see if they can compress the size just a little bit, so I can use it. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, tonight I will be playing Fate. I almost said Grand Order. Fate Extra. Again, Fate Extra is the thing that got me into the Fate series. Lots of amazing writing from this game, and as such, lots of amazing writing. The combat system isn't the greatest, but I still hold this game pretty damn close to my heart. And I know the question is, will I be doing multiple playthroughs? Because if you want to see everything in the game, you have to play the game at a minimum of 6 times. Two times for every servant, because there are 2 different routes that end up leading to a true ending for you, for your character. we will probably not be getting very far into gameplay tonight. We'll probably just be taking care of, you know, the opening and such. That's really all we'll be doing. Oof, excuse me, shit. But we're going to jump straight into it as we start tonight's game. We're actually probably going to be using this screen, honestly. Alright, let's start that off. Now, I've only streamed this game one other time, and it was before I became a VTuber. I streamed it with a bunch of my FC mates in the call. But that didn't completely pan out, so. Welcome everybody to Fate Extra. I don't know why it always goes to load game, there's nothing here. We're going to be playing in normal mode. Word of advice. Warning, there are a number of dead ends and potentially fatal choices in the game. It's recommended to be multiple times when you play. The story in this game is a work of fiction. Any resemblance to any real person or location is purely coincidental. Lots of reading, by the way. It's a bright, sunny morning. The air is filled with the joyful laughter of students. There's more activity than normal in front of the school gate. A crowd is forming as students are being called over. I wonder what's going on. When I peer into the center of the hubbub, I see my friend and student council president, Issei Ryudo. Oh dear Lord. Why is the text so slow? Good morning. Lovely weather we're having, don't you think? Why do you look so surprised? When you announced at the last week's assembly that this month the student council would strictly enforce school rules, I have been tasked with performing inspections to ensure students are in compliance with school rules. Now, it goes without saying that everyone is subject to inspections, even old friends. Now then, uniform inspection time. Collar, check. Pant hems, check. And your socks, check. Next is the contents of your bag. Notebooks, textbooks, and pencil box. Not even a whiff of contraband. Your nails are evenly cut, and your hair is sensible. Indeed, quite remarkable. You're a model Tsukimihara Academy student. Someone like you ought to consider a future in student government. You'd be perfect for it. Oh, but I'd never try to coerce you into joining the student council. We aren't like that. Now then, off to your classroom. Enjoy your day. Before I can reply, Mr. Diligent Student Council President is on to the next student's inspection. Hunger for gossip on the way to their classrooms, the students jabber about the inspections. Things are always so gently bustling in the morning. Another peaceful beginning to another peaceful day. We can save now. Okay, first off, I'm gonna do this. And I'm turning this down for a reason. But welcome to the game! Oh, right, they're talking about Tiger. weird feeling that I'm forgetting something. I just can't think of what it might be. Man, I must have a hole in my head. Maybe I head back to my classroom. I'm not gonna do that every single time there's a highlight. Oh man, I got to go to the bathroom before homeroom starts. I've got to go to the bathroom before homeroom starts. My eyes are starting to float. Go piss, man. Shit. Cafeteria's just up ahead. Looks like they're still getting ready. You better head to the classroom. To the classroom. Our classroom? 2A, ring a bell? Chimes raise curtains on humble days, precious as handfuls of gold dust. As I enter class, I see Mato with a bunch of girls. Why he's so popular is a mystery.
なんだいつの間に来てたんだい悪いね地味すぎて気づかなかった
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Shinji Mato. If you know anything about the Fate series, you know every Shinji incarnation that exists is a fucking piece of shit. And this one is no different.
お前とはほら1年生からの友人だったっけまあでも気にする必要はないんじゃない平凡な自分を卑下することはないさ
The difference is I actually like you, Armor.
誰だって才能あふれる人間のそばじゃ退屈なやつに見えてしまうからね
It's a little early for so much abuse, but as it's Shinji Mato, it can't be helped. His arrogance is almost palatable. I don't know what he's saying, but it makes all the girls squeal with joy. Actually, let me rephrase. His popularity isn't so much mysterious as it is unnatural. Oh, okay, instantly we're not doing voice anymore. I was just doing a little math tutoring. This stuff is beyond easy. For me, anyway. Wait a sec. Hey, Mato. Isn't the answer to this question totally wrong in every way? What in the... I'm the one who solved that. There's no way it could be wrong. But look at this. Since when did 2 plus 2 equal 5? 5. I'd never make such a stupid mistake. It's all your fault. You're the idiot here, not me. As Shinji raises his voice, all the girls panic and the girls all panic and run back to their desks. I hate dealing with the proletariat, especially when they think they're my equal. It's really pathetic that these worms don't know their place. That's why I like you so much. Even though you're boring, you know not to steal my thunder. You're the ultimate sidekick. Shinji flashes me a smile. It's weird how I never take offense at the way he talks to me. Bitch, I'm gonna smack the fuck out of you. By some strange twist of fate, Shinji Mato and I are friends. How we became friends was... I can't quite remember how it happened. I want to say we met in the spring sometime. The bell for class rings as I try to recollect. Who should fly through the door but our homeroom teacher, Miss Fujimura. Oh fuck, what the fuck was your name? I made it! Good morning, And thud. Miss Fujimura trips, falling painfully onto the floor. As she lands, her head strikes the corner of the platform at the front of the classroom. The classroom goes dead silent. Every student's attention is focused on the same thing. Again? How does she manage to trip in the same place every time? Listen, this isn't time to be making stupid jokes! You're right, she isn't moving. Did she get knocked out or something? A few brave students get out of their seats and crowd around the still comatose Fujimura. Hey, Miss Fujimura! Miss Fujimura, are you okay? What? Huh? What's wrong, everyone? Hey, class is about to start, so get back to your seats, pronto! Miss Fujimura jumps to her feet as if nothing had happened. It's almost as if the memory of her sudden and violent trip to the floor was totally erased. As this happens all the time, no one seems to notice or care enough to say anything. No one gives a thought how odd it is for this to happen. No one gives a thought to how odd it is for this to happen every single day. The scene playing out before me seems to never change from day to day. The same exact lessons, the exact same subject, the exact same content. Today we're going to study the biography of Dr. Peaceman, a talented physician who, Miss Fujimura, is conducting the class today the same way she does every day. You may not know, but when I was young, an unknown pathogen was the There's no fucking way. What the fuck? Alright. Jesus. An unknown pathogen was the cause of a serious epidemic. In fact, the outbreaks were common, but now most illnesses are cured using nano thingamajigs. And FYI, I'm still young. This will be on the test, so be sure you don't forget it. I mean it. Her ensuring laughter stopped short at her eyes, which seemed deadly serious. Just as everyone is about to call Fujimura out, the bell signaling the end of class rings. Oof, sorry, that's weird. Alright, that's all for today. Be sure to study hard tonight. And don't forget those important points I told you about. No, Ari, I think you mean nano thingamajig, son. Well, today's class wasn't at all that boring. It is a relief when the bell rings. As the bell signaling the end of the day sounds, students begin to break off into small groups. Thank God that's over. No one's getting sick of all the busy work. Being a student sucks. The worst part of the whole deal is having to attend these stupid classes. You are still here? That's unusual. You don't have any plans, like a date or something? I'm just messing with you. I know you're too big of a nerd to ever get a date. I mean, you're just going to go to your dork club, the journalism club, right? Well, seeing as you are as boring as stale white bread, your life is exactly as it should be. You know exactly what your role in life is, and you stay there. Well, catch you later. See you in class tomorrow. Fuck. Hey, the editor-in-chief of the journalism club was calling for a general meeting. You'd better go. Look who's here! It's the new club's ace! Gotten any leads? What, did you forget? You have to write an Unsolved Mysteries of Tsukimihara article. Come on, I told you yesterday! There isn't very much time left for the deadline. Well, whatever, your work's always good, so I'll leave this in your capable hands. Jeez, benevolence is running is like a Black Panther running around. Yes, it doesn't make sense. So that's that. I've done some investigating. Some of the investigating. It's your job to do the rest. Don't look surprised. There is a method to my madness. Ugh, excuse me. Okay, so about the first preview edition, the one called Gateway to the Paranormal. So listen, there's supposedly an entrance to the spirit world at the rear of the archery range. One time, a male student who got bullied a lot was told to pick up trash there and vanished. Everyone's totally convinced that there's paranormal activity going on back there. Isn't that scary? I mean, ridiculous? Anyway, go sniff out the truth. Leave no stone unturned. Your nose and eyes are the tools for the trade of a journalist. Got it? You're the serious one. Your reply should be, yes, ma'am. All right, hop to it. Well, where? I think they're actually out. What the? Out of the blue, the feeling that something was moving behind that door overcame me. As a rule, students aren't allowed inside the supply room. It might just be a rat or something. For unknown reason, I find my eyes drawn to the door of the supply room when the door is suddenly and violently thrown open.
そこで何をしている?
Hello? Without warning, a man appears from out of the shadows. Dressed in black with a dour expression, the person in question is very intimidating. But that sense of intimidation is immediately replaced with extreme discomfort and unease. Alright, no, I need to turn this down. I have forgotten how loud this is. Give me a second, guys. There we go. How's that sound, everybody? That sound good? A sudden, overwhelming sense of danger gives me goosebumps all over my body. His cold, blank stare sends chills down my spine, as though he's marking me for death. For some reason, it feels as if he's deciding whether to break my neck or skin me alive. Okay, good.
リストにはない名前だが、確認は必要か?
He begins to mutter under his breath while at the same time he reaches out with his right hand. The chills running down my spine gain intensity as waves of nausea and vertigo wash over me. I feel like a rabbit watching a wolf draw near. Maybe this isn't just raw terror. I think he's holding something that's making me feel this way?
構えもせんとはな。俺の勘も鈍ったものだ。確かにそろそろ休息の一つでも取るべきか。
The note of disgust is come on. The note of disgust in his voice is obvious as he slowly lowers his hand. The paralysis that seemed to take hold of me suddenly fades away. The man continues to look down on me with those dead eyes of his.
用務室への生徒の立ち入りは禁止されている。以後気をつけるように。
The campus is about to close. If you have nothing else to do, I advise you to go home now.
まだ何か? 本日着任した教師のクズキだ。
The man who introduced himself as Mr. Kuzuki turns and heads back into the supply room. With that, the final bell begins to chime, signaling the end of the school day. Everything begins to progress as normal, as if nothing out of the ordinary had happened. but I'm still sore and slicked with sweat. An all too real reminder of what happened. Wonderful! We now have a teacher with obvious murderous intent teaching at our school. Well, that wasn't scary. That wasn't. Alright. Actually, did they purposely make this fucker... They might have purposely made this fucker look like Shiro. I don't know. Isn't it back here or something? No? Eh? Hey, Sakura!
Oh, it's you, brother.
I heard that you've been skipping out on the archery club's morning practices lately. Why haven't you been showing up? And where do you get off taking a break without my say so? You bit. I get it now. You've been going to their house again, haven't you?
Yes, I have been going there, but I just wanted to help and...
Let me guess. You felt you weren't obligated to, right? Jeez, why must you be so damn naive? Wait a sec. What was that just now? Anyway, if someone gets hurt, just leave them to suffer. Just do what I tell you to, and things will be a-okay. I mean, it seems like people get some kind of perverse thrill from getting in my way. To force one of my dear little sister to miss valuable practice time.
That's not how I was at all! I wasn't forced to do anything. I wanted to help. Why is it so wrong to help those who need it?
Isn't it only fools and the weak who manage to get themselves hurt somehow? And why help anybody out? Will that person ever pay you back or help in return? Of course they won't! And if you think otherwise, you're an idiot! I won't be used by anyone. It's better to treat others as cattle. And isn't it time for you to admit feeling the same way?
But for me, that option...
Stop right there! I don't care what you have to say. Stop going to that house, Sakura. Got it? The eternal dickhead, Shinji Mata, everybody.
Oh, I mean, hi. Can I help you with anything? If you ever start feeling unwell, please come by the nurse's office.
That will help me out very much. It's been so long, I actually don't remember where the archery club. That's so weird. I tried to go to the library before exams, but you can't get in. Door's locked. Where the fuck would she be at? Is she on the third floor? Well, that doesn't help me tell me where the archer is. I actually do not remember where the fuck it is. Okay, it's gotta be out here in the schoolyard somewhere. Is it just off screen? I just didn't see it. Oh yeah, I know, it's off screen. Hi, Taiga.
You caught me in the middle of cleaning. Those archery club kids don't even unstring their bows. The worst is when they leave their arrows stuck in the target mound. I usually make the kids do it, but there's no club activities leading up to the exam, so I'm doing it. Huh? An interest in the spirit world? That's just a rumor, it's not real. Exams are right around the corner, so don't waste your time on stuff like that. Go home, shoo-shoo!
What appears in the archer range isn't the entrance to the spirit world, but tight! Miss Fujimura. Ugh. Well, I can't say I'm surprised. She's behind one of Sekimihara's mysteries. It's fitting. I'll report this tomorrow, so I can go home. So I can go home now if I want. The day will pass as we go home. Okay. There's not really any point aside from like extra character development for some of the later characters. Of you finding all the secrets. I'm gonna try to. Helmut days are precious as gold dust. Where are the buyers? As I walk into class, the girls that normally flock around Shinjimato aren't there. Shinji seems to be in a bad mood today. His usual posse of girls is keeping their distance. I'll ask him if something happened. What? Like I tell you if something happened to me. Which it didn't. Nothing happened at all. Hey, you know the Ice Queen Rin Tosaka? She thinks she's so much better than everyone else. At first, I thought she would be the only one who understood how lonely it is at the top. I tried talking to her yesterday, but I got nowhere. Maybe I just intimidate her or something. You intimidate Rin Tosaka. That's a laugh. I might have lost a few points for getting violent, but girls who talk back to me get slapped. Rude. Holy fuck. Again, Shinji Mato has never been a good guy. Never. I don't like him. I'd never hook up with such a violent, stuck-up bitch like that, no matter how hot she is. What a waste. She'd be perfect if she'd just keep her mouth shut. You agree with me, right? Right? Looks like there's some tension between Shinji and Rin Tosaka. Knowing Shinji, he probably hit on her and got shot down. And why'd you take a shot at me? I thought she was gonna spinning star kick me next. He continues to whine under his breath. I can only imagine how sleazy Shinji was being with her. Normally, his super aggressive approach works, but it obviously didn't work with Rin Tosaka. Life's more interesting when it's got little shakeups like this. As if right on cue, Miss Fujimura barges into the classroom as the bell sounds.
Good morning, everyone. All right, no one's absent in there, and since there are no announcements, let's just start homeroom.
As soon as she turns to reach out for the chalk, she trips and falls as she always does. As she falls, her fingernails drag across the blackboard with a horrifying sound. And thus, another typically mundane day begins anew. And though the Great War had finally come to an end, regional conflicts still persist. Despite the suffering of previous generations, battles are still waged 30 years on. Standing behind a lectern today is the school's newest teacher, Kuzuki. Although he's supposed to be teaching math, his lesson seems to have gone off on a tangent. Now, instead of armies, attacks in even greater numbers are being carried out by terrorists. And in an attempt to suppress those terrorist groups. With that, the bell signaling the end of class sounds. And with the end of the day here, the tension in the classroom drops immediately. Alright, let us end here today. Oh, yes, before I forget, there is an announcement from the student counselor.
Recently, a rise in the number of slashing incidents has made the surrounding area dangerous. With that in mind, keep any detours to a minimum and head home as quickly as possible. Get home quickly. Good advice, but I still have a few assignments to finish. I still have to finish a few assignments for the journalism club. Why am I so gung-ho about investigating the school's 7 wonders? It's a mystery even to me, but it seems important for some reason. I had to turn in yesterday's report. I'd better go see the editor-in-chief this evening. Hey, guess what? I just passed this gorgeous girl on the stairs. Could she be a new student? What? I'm sure you're just talking about Rin Tosaka from Class B. Rin Tosaka? Never heard of her. You've really never heard of her? Pretty, athletic, smart, classy. Or stuck up Miss Perfect who all the guys adore and all the girls despise. It wouldn't be unrealistic to call Rin Tosaka the most popular girl in the whole school. Are you pulling my leg? Girl, you're so dense you probably wouldn't feel if I pulled your leg anyway. What? I'm not dense. Much. But she wasn't wearing a school uniform. She was wearing red. How do you explain that? I don't know. I hadn't noticed. Huh? Maybe I'm remembering wrong. You would. Come on, let's hurry to our club. Yeah. That seems notable. Oh, our club's ace. Did you find out anything yesterday? Interesting, so it was Tiger. Of course there's no interest in the spirit world. Thanks to you, the article will be great. Are you ready for the next article assignment? The next unsolved mystery is... Yesterday there was a girl dressed in red on the rooftop. Rumors about Little Red Rooftop are spreading. We'll find out what this is all about. A journalist lets the news guide their feet to the rooftop. That's great and all, but I'm gonna go check around the area first. Is it locked? Yep. What are you doing? That's weird. When was it open? What? You haven't left yet? Wait, don't tell me. No, never mind. Losers like you shouldn't even be on campus right now. Who knows? You might get whacked by that killer. Hey, don't say I didn't warn you. What are you up to? Shut it, you! It won't mean anything to a nerd like you, but I... Wait, why am I explaining anything to you? Just get the hell out of here already! Fuck you. Excuse me. The girl on the rooftop? Ah, her. She just happens to be up there right now. I saw her holding a key to the rooftop a moment ago. And Mr. Fucking Disciplinary Committee isn't going to do anything. Alright, student councilman. I turned the doorknob and the metal door opened slightly on its hinges. As a rule, no one is allowed up on the rooftop, but I can see someone's elongated shadow. The vibrant colors set off by the setting of the sun is enough to take one's breath away. Other than now blood-red sky, a single girl looks out onto the town that spreads out below. Like a figure out of a painting, the girl seems to shine with the same red glow as the setting sun.
綺麗な夕日。ここにいる人たちは今そう捉えているんでしょうね。確かにとっても綺麗な光景だわ。けどまるで生きていない。口当たりのいい世界。約束された退屈な平穏。くれていくだけの未来。こ こはまるでカリカチュアね。趣味の悪いギガ。見るだけ残すだけの記録に一体何の価値があるんだか。
I'm not quite sure if that last statement was supposed to express disgust or disappointment. As she finishes speaking, a faint smile forms on the girl's lips as she slowly turns in my direction. Her unwavering gaze makes it seem like she can see things hidden to others. Her eyes seem to shine with an intensity that rivals that of the fiery red of the evening sky.
あら？システムサイドから警告ってわけ？ご苦労様ね。え？違うの？じゃあ NPC？ 何の関係もない NPC が来るなんて。ってことは、やっぱりこの場所は外れだったのかしら。
Continuing to mumble quietly to herself, the girl quickly walks my way.
まあいいわ。人目もないし、試すにはちょうどいいし。ちょっとあなた、そこ動かないで。
Unexpectedly, her finger reaches out and touches my cheek.
ちょっと、何これ？システムサイドからのブロックってこと？なるほど。他人への接触干渉は予選の規定違反ってわけね。
Oh! Okay! Just bye! Mumbling to herself, the girl disappears without a trace. It's like no one was ever there at all. She vanished? There or not, her form has been indelibly burned into my mind. Oh, you're still here. It's almost time to leave the school. You should prepare to go home. What's wrong? You look a little pale. The sound of Issei's voice pulls me back to reality. I must look completely dazed and confused. Maybe I'm tired, or... I'll talk with the editor-in-chief again tomorrow. In any case, I think the course of wisdom for now would be to go home like Issei says. Fuck it. I do not intend on seeing... I know there's one other situation where you can find someone else around the campus, but I don't know where you could find her. Auspicious star. Such dazzling light it drowns even the chime of bells. By the way, how's everyone enjoying the game so far? How's everyone enjoying? This is a lot of reading. Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba. Alright. I enter the classroom. Once again, Shinji Mateo in the seat next to me has a full house. I'm telling you, you don't have any talent. I'm gonna move that. I'm gonna skip past that. That's a word I'm not gonna say on stream. So you know what he said to that? What? What do you say? I'm busy playing ATS to set up a bad joke. Oh well.
We're dying to know. Tell us.
This one gets all boohoo and he says, I'll keep practicing until I get better. I can at least get better than you who skips practice. Sorry, I have to laugh. Anybody knows you can't practice your way into being a genius. If he wants to practice something, he should practice not sounding like a tool. The guy's not a total maggot, but he's still trash and needs to find a garbage can. That moron. People aren't created equal. Even people who are born above average can never reach the same heights as the naturally gifted.
You must be so talented if you don't need to practice, Mato. I feel bad for that kid.
Trash can't help being trash. It should learn to stop dreaming about being something better. The bell rings. In response, the gaggle of girls shuffle off to their own seats.
While we wait for the teacher to arrive, I get caught up on what Shinji said for some reason. Whether or not Shinji has innate talent, I think it's pretty clear that I'm a nobody. A nobody with no goals. I mean, when I try to think about the future, I get overwhelmed. As long as I keep plodding along, someday I'll reach my totally average future. Yay. And that's what happens to everyone, right? Are there actually people who break the pattern? How? I have no idea. For me, today is just another ordinary day. I just fucking noticed! Okay. So that is something I probably didn't notice beforehand. So occasionally while you're playing, hopefully it gives me another shot of that view. Good morning, everyone! Suddenly my heart accelerates, each beat painfully strong. It's as if my body's on high alert. I know it's not a reaction to Mr. Fujimura, no. Well, kids, this is a little out of the blue, but today I want to introduce you to a new friend. It's him. That blonde boy is the one who's causing my body's flight instincts to prickle. Go on, Leo. Introduce yourself. Huh? Well, Leo, you'll be attending school with these people, so I'm sure they'd like to know who you are. It take too much time to get out of quick cargo. He steps forward and then in a louder voice says,
皆さん、僕の名はレオナルド・ビスタリオ・ハーウェイ。いずれ世界中の誰もが僕のことを知りますが、今はあなたたちの学友です。それでは皆さん、しばらくよろしくお願いします。
The classroom is silent. There aren't even any jabs at his eccentric manner of speaking, or any coos over how pretty he is. Trying to get a cargo material labeled toxic and presented. Jesus Christ, she has literally. I don't get her. Jesus Christ. I don't get her choices of favorite characters. It's dumb. I really don't. Instead, the entire classroom is enthralled by his regal bearing, entranced even. Shinji's words come to mind. This is what it means to be on a different level. None of us plebs could even help to reach the level that this new kid lives on. It's not overextending to call his very existence transfixing. Right now I have one of the pics labeled explosive. Oh god. Like deer in headlights, we're immobilized by a presence far brighter than our own. His natural place is above us, looking down as our king. How did someone like him end up here? It must be a mistake. Anyway, everyone, please make Leo feel welcome. Then, Leo, if you would please take a seat. It looks like the third seat in the second row from the right is open. Will that be okay? Leo. Ah, you're addressing me. I see no reason to not allow you to call me Leo, as it didn't feel awkward to hear it from you. This man's over here raising the teacher. Leo. If you have the chance, I'd very much like for a delightful woman like you to visit my country. Man's over here trying to riz the teacher. What? Jeez! Don't joke with your teacher! To your sit, Leo. I won't smack you since, well, it was kind of flattering of you to say that. Of course. I appreciate your diplomacy, Miss Fujimura. Then the boy gave that kind of easy smile only kids can. That simple smile washes away the tension in the room, and the people even begin to smile themselves. I think he's not so much a king as a prince. He may be above us, but he also has natural charisma that draws us up to his level. However, it seems there's at least one person in the class whose mileage varies. I never noticed that! Hold on, I'm gonna open up my stream and take a picture of that, because that's such a cool detail! Oh my god! That is that's a super cool detail that I never noticed before! See, this is why I replay these games, right? That is so cool! Hold on. Oh my Christ. Hold on. That's so cool. So I think people don't know why I'm gushing over this, and I'll explain it later. I didn't think they would do that. That's so cool. I'll explain why it's so cool later, right? I'm going to keep that screenshot up for you guys. Bum, bum, bum. I'm sorry. I am gushing over this game all over again because I am finding things that I didn't even I didn't think they would do from the first time. It's so cool. Man. This is why I love this fucking game. There are things to this day that I'm still seeing. Alright. I don't like him already. Flirting with the teacher already? That arrogant little twerp. Shinji's clearly not happy. If you have any questions, ask anyone in the class or myself. Come to me first. There's no need to be shy. Yes, I understand. I'm pleased that I will be attending such a good school. Like, that's so damn cool. So I think chat. Anyone in chat right now, can you tell what I saw just now? What I saw. You can see it from this angle. At first I thought I was seeing things. I thought they didn't just show up and they were in their own separate instance. But no. Anyone in chat? Can you guess? No, okay. So I would imagine that people were noticed. So you can see where our character is, right? The character with black hair. Look to our left and look in front. Look to the character to our left and look at the character in front. Remember those two. Okay. In fact, I'm gonna take another screenshot, right? I'm gonna take another screenshot with the snip tool if I can. Hold on. For later. Okay. Am I imagining things? Just for a second, I thought he shifted his attention toward me. Not toward anyone else, not even Shinji, who's still bad-mouthing Leo, but to me alone. Yeah, right. There's no way a practically overworldly person like him would notice bland me. Ugh, excuse me. The school day ended with nothing else of interesting adventures occurring. Excuse me, Jesus, what the hell? That Leo, I can't shake the uneasiness he awoke in my heart. It feels like cogs somewhere have been misaligned. No, I'm just excited because for once something happened. Well, besides what happened yesterday. I should report yesterday's findings to the editor-in-chief.
Oh, our club's ace! Did you find out anything yesterday? What? Little Red Rooftop vanished before your eyes? If she disappeared, There isn't anything we can do about that. Nothing we can do? What's with the editor-in-chief's reaction? It's not right. I thought she'd say something like, "Hey, don't scare me like that." Actually, the problematic part is how nonchalant she is that a person disappeared. Your next story will be Mystery at the Courtyard Chapel. The editor-in-chief keeps talking like nothing happened. She's already on to the next thing. Should I say something? Hey, did you know there's a chapel on campus, even though this isn't a mission school? It seems the chapel has been here longer than the school. This is just a rumor, but they say that it's haunted and magic rites are performed there. I'm sending you to investigate. The entrance to the courtyard is on the right end of the is on the end of the right side of the first floor hallway. Leonardo Haraway, that's a Western European plutocracy. Leonardo Bistario Haraway would be a distinguished son of the Haraway plutocratic family. He's young, but soon he'll rule the world. So what is that Western European plutocrat doing here? We're gonna go to the third floor. You scared the bejesus out of me. What do you want? Actually, I'm glad you're here. The editor-in-chief asked me to investigate the 7 wonders, but check this out. Monosuke Hada's Academy's 7 wonders is the female ghost who wanders the hallway. The ghost of a foreign girl wanders the 3rd floor. If you respond to her, she'll suck out your soul. Now that you get the details, now that you know the details, go investigate it for me. Huh? You think I should just walk around the 3rd floor and do it on my own? No way. I really can't handle paranormal stuff. Everyone can take the case. If anyone can take the case of the wandering ghost on the 3rd floor, it's you. Good luck. Oh. Hello. My dogs are barking.
Once school is over, all traces of humanity disappear. The silence left behind is terrifying. Alone in the midst of this unnerving scene, I suddenly sense a strange presence nearby. It feels like... That's Shadow. I hope you can't hear that. It feels like there's someone standing right behind me, staring at the back of my head. It has to be in my imagination. I hear no footsteps, no sounds of breathing. I am alone here. And yet, the feeling that I am not alone persists. It must be a hallucination of some kind. What should I do? If it's my imagination playing tricks on me, then nothing should be there if I turn around and look. So, what should I do? Turn around. I turn around and, of course, no one is there. Is what I want to say. However, standing there is what appears to be a young girl. The young girl's appearance is definitely at odds with the surrounding campus. With its massive frills and hooped skirt, her dress is right out of the Victorian era. Combined with her porcelain-like skin, she looks just like a child's doll come to life. It's kind of a relief. But the point is, she doesn't seem like she's really alive. The girl doesn't move a muscle, just like a doll, just like a corpse, just like a painting, like a wraith. Her eyes, so full of sadness, stare fixedly in my direction. Suddenly, her figure begins to melt away. As she slowly fades into nothingness, the last things that disappear are her eyes. With that, the strange presence I felt fades away. There's nothing to indicate a girl was ever here. She must be the source of all the wandering girl stories floating around the school.
So I was always looking in the garden and caught the eye of a stranger, and then they vanished. Maybe it's just a coincidence, but I have had a splitting headache ever since. What's up with that?
We're going to. Is this still? Oh wait, that's up. It is. It's itchy. Can I go to the rooftop? Nope, it's locked again. Go to the library. It's locked. Hello, Leo. What the fuck? I hear a familiar voice as I walk down the hallway. Those ways. Excuse me, Jesus. All right. I hear a familiar voice as I walk down the hallway. It's coming from around the corner. And there you have it. To summarize, about 30% of the participants have overcome the computer's brainwashing. These individuals now remember who they are. They're all Class A magic. One girl in particular made quick work of the brainwashing. You might say she's a natural, therefore more adept than the wizards who have been more sheltered. Unlike those domesticated sheep, she's a wild mouflon, stronger, rarer, wilder. She couldn't even bear to put on the school uniform the other sheep mindlessly wear. As novel as the girl's wildness is, wild things end up in cages. Still, keep your distance and keep your guard up. Oh, okay. The voice coming from in front of the supply room is none other than that of a teacher, Kuzuki. He was speaking politely, almost reverently. However, this Rentosaka. The hallways in Asia have voiced some concerns regarding her. She is the daughter of a noble family, which makes her unruly behavior even more unbecoming. The voice that chimes to join in Kuzuki's is none other than the transfer student's, Leo's. Unlike in class, his voice held a childlike temerity. The fuck is that? It seemed like Kuzuki's words bothered him. It's simply just. She is a failure like the other dropouts, and so she's below your concern. There's nothing in this world that doesn't concern me, teacher. More importantly, I wonder what a domesticated being like me can learn from her wild bravery. There is nothing because you are already perfect. Anything you lack is something the world itself lacks. It was a joke. It's been a while since I've been scolded. I think I enjoy it coming from you. In any case, I'll heed your warning about her. So, are there any other important happenings? It's worth noting the assassins were sent by those alchemists. I've yet to confirm anything, but no doubt they're lurking around. I don't believe I've ever seen how an alchemist fights. Their charms, or their symbols rather, are quite unusual. You have the opportunity now. Aren't you curious, teacher? Wait until I have checked out about this assassin first. Those are the only ones to watch out for. However, there are others with excellent abilities. A handful of others have passed the prelims besides were in Tosaka. Huh. I don't see the rush. There's much to be learned from observing the school. I'd like to take my time and enjoy, for instance, the beauty of things like the garden. You seem to employ quite the skilled gardener. You should see the garden too, Mr. Kuzuki. No, brother. I will respectfully decline. That ends my report. I see. Too bad. Then, if you need anything else, it'll be best if we have as little contact with each other as we can. It is unusual for a teacher and a student to meet like this. I understand. Be careful. Yes, you too, brother. Following those words, they both disappear, perfectly in sync with each other. I didn't understand what they were saying, but I feel like I shouldn't have been listening. Then they're just gone. They just disappeared. What the fuck do you want, Shinji? That's strange, even for here. Oh, it's you again. I don't have time to play like you obviously do. Go play reporter or whatever whatever it is for little geeks like you do instead of having a life. Dickhead. Also, I bumped the mic. Sorry about that. So I'm gonna put it inside. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Ugh, audio, please. Oh, okay. Oh, I can't leave. Oh, that's not great. Oh. Oh, they just disappear. That's okay, that's I forgot how creepy that was. The man stands like a black stain, tainting the joyfully multicolored flower beds around him. It's the new teacher, Kuzuki. But The man standing in front of me isn't acting like the teacher by any stretch of the imagination. The sick malignancy of overbearing aggression fills the air, and then scattered around him are dead bodies of students. Why did you come in here? I'm certain I locked that door. I suppose I'll test you out. His thin lips hardly moved, but in the next instant, I'm bowled over, as if struck by an invisible force. Chaotic thoughts bury my brain like endless grains of sand. What happened? Can I move my limbs? Seriously, what was that? Kuzuki hasn't moved, and no one else is nearby. Who? Why? How? My thoughts whirl. My heart races. I see what you are now. It isn't you, I suppose. His voice was a quiet hiss, but I could hear everything he said. This man with cold, inscrutable eyes raises his palm toward me. Okay. What I come to, I'm collapsed in the garden. The garden is silent. There's not even a trace of Kuzuki or the corpses that had been there. I'm uninjured, though my body aches from laying on the hard ground. The cold sweat that covered me is gone too. Only the piercing pain in my head remains. Maybe it was just a bad dream. I gulp air and attempt to stand. Excuse me. The ground seems to move under my feet. I'm delusional. Of course the ground isn't moving. I'll give my report to the editor-in-chief tomorrow and just go home for the day. Where's the belfry? In that moment, gentle days end. When I enter the classroom, this time things are a bit different.
Wow! Okay, then how do you solve this problem, Leo?
In this case, you substitute In this case, you substitute this for this and divide everything by x. It's the same simple equation that you used earlier.
Oh, you're right! Thank you, Leo!
Unlike someone else, he helps out his classmates without displaying an ounce of condescension. And that someone is directing a nasty scowl toward the new kid. That bunch of brown-nosing idiots will suck up to anyone who's got bigger pre-brains than theirs. Whatever, it's no skin off my back. People who are ugly inside are ugly outside too. It seems that Shinji's gaggle of female admirers have migrated to Leo's desk. For once, Shinji's irritation is kind of understandable. I'll give him this. The brat is a real charity roker, laying in the charm for those sows. He's desperate to appear smarter than me, but I'm the real smart one here. I see what he's doing. That dumb little kid doesn't know that I'm onto him. Reacting to Shinji's voice, Leo glances this way. Leo's expression is inscrutable but not hostile. What do you want? You wanna go? After a few false starts, Shinji finally manages to squeeze that out in a low voice. I don't know if Leo heard, but he gets out of his seat. The recoil turns into a noticeable flinch, which Leo smiles kindly at in response. Unlike Shinji's, Leo's gestures are filled with dignity. If I have unknowingly given you a cause to be malicious, I would like to deeply apologize. Shinji Mato, was it? I'll be careful not to upset you in the future. His message firmly delivered, Leo returns to his seat. His soft voice bore no note of hostility or resentment. I know it's hard to believe, but maybe Leo wasn't upset. He knows when to bow down to true authority, it seems. I'm such a nice guy, I'll just accept his apology. Yeah, it's not like he ever pissed me off. After visually confirming that Leo is otherwise occupied, Shinji feigns calmness and leans back.
Yeah, I made it. Good morning, Effie!
And thud. That sound makes me cringe no matter how many times I hear it. Everyone is desensitized to it for the most part. Even knowing that she'll jump to her feet in a few seconds, we probably should worry more. You're playing one of my favorite games, Yoshi? Hey, how's it going, Vanitas? This is one of the games that got the game that got me into the Fate series. So we're playing it tonight. Especially since, fun fact, by the way, if you have not been paying attention to the translations and stuff, right? Fate Extra CCC has finally gotten a full translation. After 10 years and 3 different teams, it finally has a 100% complete translation. And that's amazing to me. Which servant I am picking. I think my first run I'm doing FemMC and Saber. I'll probably do a run later on with male MC and caster. But we'll see. Wow, that's just how good this mic is. So my dog is barking their head off, by the way. And my mic is just not picking it up anymore. I'm glad it's not. That's actually really good. The new microphone is doing great. But yeah, no, Vanitas, if you have access to have a way to play CCC, right? You can now play it in that game fully translated. And I'm glad that that's a thing. Oh god. If I do end up playing CCC, I'm going to have to get a censor thing prepared because, dear fucking lord, I will get in trouble. Because CCC is possibly the horniest of all of the fake content that exists. I'm pretty sure. Remember your difficulty? Yeah, so people who don't know, there are technically 2 difficulties. I'm a mod of PSP and Vita. Well, there you go. There you go. Just get that patched up and you can get that running. Hello, Maknae. How are you doing? Kobe, I believe? Braid is trying to remember my names. I've been having a very bad time remembering names as of late. Ugh! Bro, man. I have been reading for about an hour and a half, by the way. Alright. Shinji still seems to be in a bad mood. It's obvious that he doesn't like Leo at all that much. But with him, it's impossible to tell if he's really mad or just being cynical. Either way, it's just more of the same. Like our homeroom teacher's daily dramatic entrance. And once again, the day begins. Genshin Impact, huh? I haven't played Genshin in a while. I need to actually go back to playing Honkai Star Rail. Whew. Think you should get one. We will hang on Phantasy Star Portable 2 Infinity. That's more. I don't know. That's a lot of money for me to spend for that. Especially with the rigging I need to pay for. Oh god, my back. What the fuck? Alright, hold on. I need to adjust. Give me a second. Felt a sneeze coming. I'm sorry.
Alrighty then, let's pick up where we left off. According to Dr. Peaceman's biography,
During class, I thought I saw Leo smirk a little. But other than that, nothing exciting occurred. True! Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Today is just another boring day and a long string of boring days.
who here knows what amnesia is? It's a terrifying condition where an individual loses all their memories. It's caused by brain damage, severe trauma, or even infections of one's mucous membranes. The section of the doctor's biography we just covered touches on this condition. The cure for such a scary condition was discovered by Dr. Peaceman. With that said, using amnesia as an excuse for forgetting your homework isn't going to fly. When I was young, a fair number of my classmates were unscrupulous enough to try this. And before you getting ideas, I'm still young. In fact, I'm putting that fact on the test.
I have beaten the game with Saber and Caster. As per the norm, Tiger's lecture starts to peter out. Just as the collective this again starts to rise from the students. Oh, they're grayed out now. Oh, that's weird.
Miss Fujimoto.
Without being acknowledged by the teacher, Leo suddenly rises to his feet. The tension in the classroom ratchets up immediately as all eyes focus on Leo. The young boy surveys the room with a mysterious smile, taking in everyone's startled glances. By the way, I wonder if anyone in chat has noticed that yet.
Oh, and of course my fellow classmates. It is time for me to leave. We will probably never meet again, so I wish you all well.
What the... My head... The pain...
Ah, and before I forget, Miss Fujimoto, I think you are still young, even now. Just your presence is enough to remind me of the beauty of youth. You're a remarkable person.
Can they shut up? They've just been talking like... They've been barking like hell. Give me a second. Jesus. Jesus fucking Christ. Sorry about that. Ugh. Did you watch the Fate Last Encore? I need to do that. Honestly, I haven't gotten around to watching it. Especially since I essentially believe it was animated by Shaft. Pretty sure. No, my nose is very itchy tonight. Ugh. After what seems to be a very slight bow, he immediately seems to disappear from the room.
Alright then, let's continue. Please turn to page 86.
And accompanied by the sound of flipping pages, the lesson goes on as if nothing had happened.
Oh, showing off like that in the middle of class. What a jackass.
If you had to use the Jun, be a little more discreet. And that, oh, you have to leave. Crap. Seriously, isn't he supposed to be some kind of aristocrat or princeling or something? Of course, what just happened is impossible. A highly suspicious appearance in the middle of class, and the teacher doesn't seem to care. No one in class says anything, and the class continues as if nothing strange had happened. It was the same dull, jury seeing as before, and the day before. This can't be natural. By the way, for people who have played Fate Extra once, did you guys notice I accidentally skipped something. Hold on. Did you notice two certain characters in the that were sitting in there? I hope you guys did. After Leo's exit from the class, the lesson continues unabated, as if following a set script. Strange. This is definitely strange. It's as if the world tilted slightly and everything within it is slowly losing its sense of presence. My head feels like it's going to explode. The pain is making it hard to remember who I am. Wait, come to think of it. I mean, really, who am I? What is my name? How old am I? Where do I live? How many people are in my family? What was my life like before I started attending this school? I can't remember anything. My memory has been completely erased somehow. How and why did this happen? That's right, the editor-in-chief at the journalism club. As the president of the journalism club, she should at least know my name. I know I had to have filled out something when I first joined the club. I'll ask her. Hopefully she'll be in the normal spot. In her normal spot.
Oh, our club's ace. Did you find anything out anything yesterday?
Editor-in-chief is her usual cheery self. All I can think about is the pile of dead bodies I witnessed. Now I have to ask her about myself. I'll ask her what my name is.
Huh? Your name? Just look it up in the registry on the library.
Yeah, the school in the registry. It has everyone's names. If I look at the school registry, it might jog my memories. I'll go to the library.
You want the name? You want to see the registry of names? It's on the bookshelf of the library, I think. All right, well.
I found it. Tsukimihara Academy Student Registry. Once I read through this, I should be able to remember everything about myself. I'll open a book and begin turning pages. Immediately, I notice something's terribly wrong. The pages are blank. Blank, blank, blank. Every single page was blank. Ugh. I used her last year's school registry, and when I start flipping through the pages, blank, 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 blank. Ah! My ears, Jesus. What is happening here? Who am I? And just what is this place? Oh, she's gone. Let's go to the 3rd floor. A pleasant breeze blows in through the open window that overlooks the garden. As I look into the garden, I see a female student standing alone in the center alone. She has a striking appearance, with long purple hair, almond skin, and a preternatural calm. It seems like she is meditating, her hands folded in a specific way and her eyes closed. I find that I can't stop looking at her. No one else seems to notice that she stands out dramatically. I start to feel uneasy about her. The girl's eyes snap open. Suddenly, a massive jolt rocks the school, causing me to stumble about uncontrollably. The building shakes with a thunderous roar. The source seems to be the girl in the garden. What in the hell just happened? In the resulting confusion, my vision begins to distort. Dizziness, headaches, a sense of weightlessness. I close my eyes to keep from being overwhelmed. When I open my eyes again, everything is exactly as it should be, like nothing happened. However, the air is permeated with a seductively sweet scent. And also, the girl that was in the garden had already disappeared. Was everything that happened just an illusion, or maybe... As I turn to leave, I see the girl walk from the garden walking towards me. That blast was meant to destroy everything in its range, but the school seems stout enough. As she walks, she looks out the window and talks to herself. As she goes by, she gives me a smile. You know, I wonder if we'll ever get like fate extra representations in Fate Grand Order. Ah, there she is again. I thought I had scared her away for good, but she's come back. I'd better not make any sudden moves, or she'll just run away. And also, I'll let her speak first. However, she just continues to stare at me with an intensity that borders on terrifying. Maybe I should say something to her, but softly so as not to startle her? Maybe I keep my back to her, it'll help a little. I'll just call to her over my shoulder. I obviously can't see the look on the young girl's face, and all I sense is hesitation. Her voice matches her appearance, small and faint. In a hesitant, halting voice, she begins to speak. If that's so, I'm Alice. I'm always here, so... She suddenly stops talking. Thinking she disappeared again, I turn around, only to see Alice still standing there. As I turn, she flinches a little and begins to fade away, then stops, and starts staring at me. As our customary staring contest begins anew, I swear I can see a faint smile on her face. That's not odd. And then poof. Go bye-bye. Sakura!
Oh, it's you, brother.
I heard that you skipped archery practice again. What the hell is wrong with you?
I'm sorry, brother, but
You've embarrassed me again. How many times must I repeat myself, Sakura? Are you stupid? And if you keep listening to others instead of me... Wait. Did I call you my little sister? I don't have a sister. I mean, I always wanted one, but man, recently things have been kind of flaky. God! Damn it! What's this weird feeling?
Ah, brother. You appear to be experiencing fatigue. Inserting apology text. Error detected. Please maintain a calm demeanor. Brother, please relax. Inserting reassurance text. Error detected. What's up, Shinji? Whatever is the matter, brother? Select desired sister personality. Things will get worse if you don't decide. But any choice you make will be the wrong one. But. So why not totally lose it, brother? Calm down. But brother.
What in the... What's going on? Damn, everything is going haywire.
Brother, wait! Cease forward progress, bear relation construct. Brother,
Sakura Mato's speech begins to skip and repeat, almost as if she's a malfunctioning robot. It's like she was reading from a script rather than engaging in a normal conversation. It wasn't only the incredible fleeing Shinji or the robotic Sakura that was going insane. Vertigo overcomes me as the school starts to waver. Something strange is happening to the world. There is something wrong with this place. But more worrying is the fact that I can't remember who I am. Ugh. As I wander the campus, I see Leo walking down the hallway on the first floor. As a transfer student, I can't see why Leo would want to visit any of the freshmen. Also, there's nothing but a dead end up ahead. I wonder what Leo is really up to. Oh, music changing. Hello, Nana! How are you tonight? Oh, God, my throat. Jesus. Yeah, I think after I do all these cutscenes and start when we get into the actual starting place of the game, right? I will probably be ending the stream. Good lord, my throat. I'm doing good. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. I am playing. So in celebration, because this is also partially in celebration, right? I have decided to play the one game that got me into the Fate series, which is Fate Extra. And this is also in partial celebration of the Fate Extra CCC translation finally being finished. It took 10 years across 3 different teams for this game to be fully translated. But it's finally done. These games are very dialogue heavy, so it's a lot of reading, and it's a nice to... Yeah, no, this game's... they took a while. But now it's fully playable to everybody. So I'm starting off the first game, because why not? So part of the reason why CCC probably didn't get any translation is because that game is very... how would I say? It's kind of raunchy. It has a lot of jokes, and Kiara her fucking self. If people who don't know who Sessue Kiara is, that character, her entire existence, it could be the entire part of the entire reason that game never got fucking an official translation. I mean, I could show why. It's not much of a problem. Hold on. Well, considering within the first hour of the game, there's a cutscene of her falling on your face, and then, while trying to get your bearings, you grab her ass. And she starts getting hot and bothered about it. So there you go. Extra is nowhere near as it does not have these type of things. And it's why I'm like, if I have to stream Fate Extra CCC, I'm going to have to set up a censor. Literally, I think you could just look up a bunch of things from CCC and you can guess why. Because good lord. But just a show, right? There's a show, right? These are all lots of English translations already done. And they did everything. They even translated like the UI and shit. They have done so much work for CCC. And I'm gonna show this one off actually down here real quick. Hold on. But just as important.
いらっしゃいませ。財布は確認することだ。
They added subtitles.
またのお越しを。
Wait, let's continue on with what we're doing here. Just as usual, I just wanted to come check up on you like usual to see how you were. You're doing. I've been doing much better as of late. One of my friends has been in a really bad situation, is finally getting out of it. And it's been a big thing because I have not been able to actually vocally talk to them for a year. And I'm pretty excited to be able to talk to them again. Like, she started dating someone over the internet that was in her friend group. Turns out that person was super shitty. Pulled her away from the rest of the people in the friend group. The second that she got there, she fucking got broken up. He broke up with her. When she got to his house. And I'm not going to continue to say everything, but like the more I kept hearing about the dude, the more I wanted to take a crowbar to his kneecaps. But finally, she's deciding she's going to be moving back home. Well, not home, but she's going to be moving back with her siblings. She's moving back to her home state and living with her siblings while she's trying to get herself figured out and get, like, you know, ready to school, ready to stuff going. Yeah, no, the definition of the dude, right, is Redditor incel. That's the best way I could describe the douche, that fucking douche nozzle. Hey guys. Basically someone that stays on Reddit all day and argues really stupid shit, and they're an incel, meaning they don't. They're incel, meaning they follow people that are like Andrew Tate, who like believe that, you know, males are the best are the primary species and all that shit. He also said that house is fucking dirty as fuck. He fucking lived in filth. Like, look, I'm not even the cleanest person, right? I will clean up after myself. Still. I mean, I just did, like, last week, I believe. No, at the beginning of this week, actually. Wait, today's Sunday. Wonderful that I did clean. I didn't. There's not really much here. There's a cup. there's a cup and a can on my desk. That's really it. I like to keep my main space clean. But yeah, no, it's gross. Like, motherfucker. If it, like, I would say if you kept it there, probably black mold. Okay, good night, Nona. Thank you for stopping by, though, and I appreciate it. The stream been going well? It is. My throat's starting to get a little tired, though. So after these, like, after I get to the point where I want to stop, which I think I know where I want to, I'm probably gonna end stream. I suddenly have this weird feeling that someone or something is up ahead in the hole. What do you mean, let the mess? Fuck off! Where are yours? Who for some reason is examining the wall of the... Who for some... Leo. Who... Okay. Who for some reason is examining the wall at the end of the hallway with almost excessive interest. The attention to detail is quite impressive. Even the surrounding air is surprisingly substantial. If that is the case, this world is in some ways more real than the real world it represents. But that's just my opinion. How about you guys? What are your thoughts on this? In that moment, it feels like my heart skips a beat. And almost immediately, my blood pressure skyrockets along with my body temperature. Ba-dump, ba-dump, ba-dump. My pulse is like an explosion in my ears as my blood races through my veins, and the reason is clear. Now Leo, has turned to face me. I now know for sure he's talking to me, as there is nobody else present besides the two of us. Greetings. I believe this is the first time we had an actual conversation. I don't feel any sense of hostility from Leo. In fact, his smile seems genuinely friendly. His smile has the same effect on me as the rising of the morning sun, warm and comforting. In addition to his smile, his presence is inviting and inclusive, and I find myself drawn to him. Oddly, my worries have vanished. All I can think of is doing as he says, and that's the only way to... My mind feels like it's in a haze. It's like Leo is controlling my thoughts in some way. Attending school wasn't half bad. I've never had the opportunity to go to one before now. In that respect, this has been quite an interesting experience. However, the time for fun has come to end. I did not come here to play at being a student. No matter how enjoyable the detour, eventually one must return to the appointed path. And for me, the time to do so has arrived. With those final words, Leo turns his back on me. Farewell. No, that's not quite right. I don't think farewell would be accurate in this situation. For reasons I cannot explain, I had the distinct feeling that we will see each other again. So I guess I should use the more congenial see you later. Well, it's time for me to move on. I wish you the best of luck. With those final words, Leo disappears. It's like he ceases to exist. One moment his hand is on the wall, the next he is gone. The young man in front of me seems to disappear before my very eyes. Hold on, I'm just adjusting. I want to say reality rejected his existence in it, but it feels like it was the opposite, that he refused to be constrained by it. It wasn't any special ability that allowed him to do so, just a strength of will. With this departure, I feel as if a great weight is lifted from my very being. And rather than be a casual for concern, it brings a fundamental question to mind. Who am I? As the question pops into my head, it begins to take on a life of its own, searing in my brain. I investigate the wall that Leo disappeared through. It's just a concrete wall at the end of the hallway. About the only thing on the floor is dust. But I am positive there must be something here. because Leo walked through the wall. It'd be so easy to turn around and go back down the hallway and pretend nothing happened. But there are still some things I need to know. I have no memories. That means I've never had anywhere else to go but here. No place to return to. What was it that Leo said? About how enjoyable the detour, eventually one must return to their appointed path. That's what he said, didn't he? Then beyond this wall lies the appointed path and the truth. If I follow him, I'll learn the answers to my questions, even if those answers are painful. But ignorance is bliss. Do we have the fortitude to face the truth and accept it? Ta-da. Something's different. Down to the floors and the walls, the school has changed, the very substance of its being. For some reason, the reality cracking this way is intensely disturbing. This world around me is more real than a painting, but not even as real as a sandcastle. I feel like it's so brittle I could tap it, and the echo would shake this whole world. Where the boring concrete wall once stood, now there's a doorway that I can freely walk through. It's an entrance. No, an emergency exit. Emergency exit, with the stairs to the outside. It's not something in this world. I have no doubt that the world the door leads to is utterly alien. Whatever awaits inside, whatever shape it takes, there's a certain sort of finality to seeing it. Ultimately, I've already committed to this path. I bid farewell to the false world and take my first step along the appointed path. Beyond the door seems to be a dismal-looking scrapyard. Out in front of me is the smooth-skinned effigy. I'll try to figure out exactly what to do with it. Welcome, potential master. A voice comes out of nowhere. That effigy with you is your sword and shield for what lies ahead. It will move in response to your commands. Now then, please proceed. The truth that you will seek lies ahead. The motivations of the owner of that voice worry me, but it's obvious I won't learn anything by standing here. Also, there's no longer a path by which I can return. I have no choice but to head into the darkness with only the strange doll's protection. I made it. Within the deepest depths of the world beyond the door. This place must be the goal I'm supposed to reach. At least, that's what I thought. It's stifling. The aura of purity that seems to act as a ward against corrupted souls who try to enter. The feeling is familiar. It has the feeling of a chapel where the spirits of the deceased still linger. At first I didn't notice, being overwhelmed by the grandeur of the room. But to one side is a young man in a familiar uniform. He's lying still on the ground. I call out to him, but there is no reply. I shake him in an attempt to wake him up when I notice he is stone cold. I go as pale as the corpse before me, and I can no longer think coherently. All I can do is stare in bewilderment. It is at this moment. The fallen effigy lying next to the male student comes to its feet with a clatter. Before I get a chance to make sense of what's going on, it suddenly twists around and comes right at me. Oh, okay. Humph. You seem to be lacking as well. I didn't stand a chance against that thing.
It seems I wasn't qualified to be here. Me? Qualifications? That's right. I should know everything by now. The truth has to be here. But now everything's going dark. I'm not even really scared. The only feeling that remains in me is regret. Even at the very end, I was unable to remember anything about myself. Someone, anyone, if you make it beyond here, please don't forget my name.
Okay, I don't have that. I don't have a thing for this. You know what? Hold on. I'm going to do something for you guys.
His story has ended, but what about yours? Before you write your own story, choose the vessel of your power.
Alright, I'm gonna do something for you guys because you guys didn't get to see it because I accidentally skipped it. Let me see it. There we go. Yep. There we go. And let me get this set up here. Okay, that's all I wanted to show off. Now let's get back to the game. I got a little area that a little longer than left here. We're gonna be picking a woman who wields a sword boldly. Seva. Standard. A young woman clothed in crimson raiment with the mannerisms of a man. This servant is best suited for novice players. Most to Buffy in a moment to today's end. Ooh. Gonna be a little bit different. I always awake very abruptly. I always awaken very abruptly. I don't even think I dream. I suddenly find myself walking to the school. My headache worsens day by day until it finally buzzes in my head like an alarm. That day, in potent numbness, I wake up twice as fast as normal. I walk to the schoolyard. It's clear. I'm telling Lucy you didn't choose her. That's not Lucy. It's clear and cloudless, 7:30 a.m., but what season is it? When I try to recall what season it is, I start to get so dizzy I almost pass out. I may wind up back in bed if I let go and faint. For some time, I have been embracing a rush of useless information. The normal stuff you'd see at a school, like the hustle and bustle of my classmates by the entrance. It hasn't changed. When I push the thought, my field of vision fizzles. Today, there's a crowd of students milling around the front of the school gate, and more are being directed that way. As to what's going on, there's a boy in a black school uniform, in front of the school gate. He's my friend, as I recall. He's Issei Ryudo, as I recall. I remember this from the first time. When Issei notices me looking at him, he pushes through the crowd. Good morning! Lovely weather we're having, don't you think? Why do you look so surprised? We announced last week's assembly that this month the student council would strictly enforce school rules. It runs to a spiel as if this was the first time he'd ever disclosed the information. I already know this. I know it. I already know what happens. It's happened more than once. I'm seized by a headache. I'm so dizzy I feel like I'm being forcibly logged out by my consciousness. First, let me check your student ID. I shouldn't need to remind you, but it should be on you at all times. My login ID is being checked. It's so obvious now. I answer clearly to the question that usually makes me go dizzy. And this is what I was talking about when I said pay attention to what happened earlier. So, let me open my snip tool thing here. Why is that so fucking big? Holy shit. Let me fit this to the screen. How do I transfer? I need to make this. Oh, that's why it's locked. There you go. Yeah, there we go. So as you can see, we have from the screen right here, right? Got the male student and the female student. This is our gender selection. And if you see here, there's our female student and there's our male student. That is something I never noticed until recently. And it's so fucking cool to me. Like, what the fuck? That's such a cool detail that they didn't need to do. But hey. Alright, we're gonna play the female student. I'm gonna use my normal usage for female character. I know Kiyoshi is, I believe, interchangeable. But we're gonna be doing this. We're just gonna do... that. Great! There's no telling when an emergency might occur, and it will be a help if you have your ID. I feel nauseous, and I know it has nothing to do with what I ate for breakfast this morning. I feel nauseous because of the world around me. It's repeating itself over and over, and that's making me sick. No, but a uniform expression. Collar check, pant hems check, and your socks check. What pant hems? I'm not wearing pants! I want him to get out of my way. I want this repetition to stop. I push aside him and go forward. I'm not nice about it either. Next to the contents of your bag. Notebooks, textbooks, pencil box, and even with a contraband. You're not blah blah blah. He keeps talking loudly even though he's facing no one. I have a headache. I'm shivering. I know one thing for sure. This is wrong. This is not the school I know. It can't be. I have to go. I have to hurry and wake up, or else it'll be too late. But who am I awakening for? And we jump straight to the end. My anxiety and headaches are only getting worse. Afternoon arrives while lost me. Sorry about that. Oh god, Jesus. Afternoon arrives while I desperately try to find a way to escape this bizarre situation. As is now the norm, my vision is overlaid with some kind of unnatural distortion. Uneasiness, futility, emptiness. I want someone to explain to me the true nature of all of these feelings. There must be a key somewhere, something that will have the answers to all my questions. So now we're playing the female character. The moment I step foot on the floor, my feelings of unease intensify. There he is, a student wearing a red uniform. Leo, the new transfer student. The instant I lay eyes on him, I immediately feel intimidated and humiliated. There is also someone trailing behind him. It looks like one of my classmates. The more I think, the more I realize that Leo isn't the only anomaly I've come across while on campus. There are other things that seem off as well. It's becoming clearer now. There are people who shouldn't exist. Students that mysteriously vanish. The fabric of reality is coming unraveled. Don't turn away now. What is the truth? Turn away now. What defines the world you know? Don't turn away now. There is a reason why you're here. Come. Do not allow yourself to close your eyes to the truth. Also, I believe Sakura's not here. Yeah, she's gone. But if you're wondering why I kind of fumbled, it's because I'm using the D-pad as well. Leo and one of the guys from my class are talking in the hallway up ahead. I'm not gonna reread this. You guys? For a moment, it feels as if he has included me in his comment. However, Leo begins speaking to my classmate, seemingly oblivious to my presence. Leo gives me a smile with no hostility. However, I have the suspicion that there is something malicious behind his smile. True experience, however, With those final words, Leo turns his back on me. Leo said as much, even going so as far as to look in my direction. For some inexplicable reason, I'm not surprised that Leo knew I was spying on him. I am trying to get things straightened out in my mind when Leo suddenly disappears. The student who was following him also disappears after touching the same spot on the wall. The same moment he vanishes, my vision distorts and the shock threatens to overwhelm me. What is going on here? I wonder if this place is the source of my unease. Like him, I place my hand on the wall expecting to be drawn in. I see now that the way to the truth, to why I have these feelings, begins right here. The atmosphere changes. There's a doorway, an entrance, where the concrete wall used to be. If that's something of this world, there's no doubt this door leads to someplace unfathomable. I bid farewell to the false world and take my first step towards the truth. An entrance to another world. Beyond this door, the previous statement perfectly describes the view before me. Walking behind me is my strange, silent attendant. It is to be my sword and shield for what lies ahead. A disembodied voice suddenly confirms my thoughts. Although I have yet to learn anything, I need to do something besides stand here. At the very least, there might be some clues to this bizarre experience up ahead. I have no choice but to head into the darkness with only this strange doll as protection. Whew, that's right. No longer a typical school campus, the floor and walls, the air, and even the aura are slightly off. It wouldn't surprise me to see a monster pop out of the shadows. It's very much like a dungeon here. Welcome, potential master. With a shocking suddenness, a voice begins speaking. It sounds like it's coming from the empty sky above. If you are looking for answers, you must reach the goal. Now please step forward. Alright, I'm gonna be skipping a lot of tutorial stuff here. Yeah, this is an item folder. You go to it, press X on it, and you get items. Anthrashell, that's a healing item. And reprogram, I was not concerned. She will fight your stead, blah blah blah. Basically, I know how this works. So we got attack. So battles are designed. Every turn is designed into 6 different actions. Into 6 different actions. So every turn is alright. Every turn is designed to have 6 different actions, and in that is essentially a rock paper scissors, and it's pretty simple. Attack defeats break, break defeats guard, guard defeats attack. In this case, the Watcher here has all attack, so we just go all skill, all attack. Bop! So how did it go? One thing to know is that in each turn you have to plan a series of 6 moves that will defeat you. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, I just explained all this shit, so it's good to try to get me the explanation the second time. This one only uses attack, so this is going to do that. Guarding beats attack. So just you'll take a very small amount of damage. I don't know what it is about Fate Extra, but all the songs in this game are very catchy. Oh yeah, if you get all three right, you get an extra turn for a chain. This one's only determined to use the guard, so now we get to use break. I'ma kick him. I'ma kick him. I'ma kick him. So yeah, by the way, if you pick attack, or if both turns end up being attack and attack or break and break, usually what happens is either you clash or you both take damage. So now here's the main crux of this game. We gotta predict how these enemy will attack by the things that we're given. So we're getting break guard. We're gonna try doing break guard. We're gonna be trying doing attack break and see how that goes. Yep, good call on that one. And the reason why that's important it's important to fucking learn that. Now, thankfully, they don't tell you this, but the more you fight a certain type of enemy, the more you'll be able to see their pattern. So, to the final room we go. Ugh. I made it. At the end of a very long road after going through a door that suddenly appeared in the wall. The oppressive air of this place where the spirits of the dead still linger. Here's my goal. That's what I thought. Further in, it appears as if someone has collapsed. When I look into his face, it's the student who was following Leo just now. I call out to him and... Acid reflux, fuck off. I call out to him, but get no reply. I shake him up in an attempt to wake him, and when I notice, he is stone cold. I go as pale as the corpse before me, and I can no longer think coherently. All I can do is stare in bewilderment. It is at this moment. The fallen effigy lying next to the male student comes to his feet with a clatter. After having to fight several enemy programs to get here, it's obvious that this thing is an enemy as well. Without warning, it suddenly twists around and comes right at me. Oh yeah, now he's... Ah, got to me. Ah! Locking as well. I can hear the sound of a distant voice. The time has come. With your inevitable loss, I will consider this round of preliminaries to be over. Farewell. I pray you'll find peace in your annihilation. That is the voice's final words to me. I don't have the power to protest. All I can do is stare at the floor. I think I'm going to die here. Suddenly, at the edge of my now hazy vision, a number of brown-colored lumps seem to rise from the ground. Actually, it might be that I just noticed them now. They may have been there from the beginning for all I know. Those lumps are the bodies of an untold number of fallen Tsukimihara Academy students. Oh, that's a bit fucked. The guy before me wasn't the only one to fall. All the others made it here and died, unable to do anything. And in a very short while, I suppose I'll become one of them. Maybe I should just close my eyes now. I did all that I could, so maybe it'd be better for it to end now. I refuse to give up. I summon all of my strength in an attempt to get back on my feet. However, as I try to move, an unbearably intense pain shoots through my entire body. if that's how it's going to be. No, if this is... I don't want it to end like this. I cannot ignore the intense pain coursing through my body. I've reached a point where I no longer see stars as my eyes feel like they're on fire. I feel like all 5 of my senses are being ripped from my body. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of the pain. I'm afraid of losing my senses. I'm afraid of becoming a corpse. And the most terrifying thing, disappearing without a trace for any reason at all. It's not right that I disappear here. My consciousness, shot through with the waves of distortion, screams out against the injustice of it all. What was the purpose of suffering through those headaches just to fade away here and now? What were they all for? What were they all for if I just fade away here and now? I have to stand up. It's okay if I'm scared. It's okay if I'm in pain. I have to rise above all of that. Because I have yet to fight of my... because I have yet to fight of my own volition and on my own terms.
死の淵において恐れを抱き、恐れを飲みながらなお戦うか。見事だ。よくぞ言った。名も知らぬ路傍の者よ。その願い、世界が聞き逃そうとも、世が確かに感じ入った。拳を握れ、顔を上げよ。命運は尽きぬ。なぜなら、そなたの運命は今始まるのだから。
The sound of breaking glass is accompanied by a light cutting through the gloom. I managed to move my weary body and aching head to see what's happening. I didn't notice it before, but something was slowly rising up from the floor in the middle of the room. That form. Its appearance isn't much different from that of a human being, but something was clearly different. Something was different, clearly so. The power emanating from it transcended that of any human or of any enemy I faced in getting here. An awesome power that seems as if it vaporized anyone if it touched the swirls within my body almost against its will.
では、改めて問おう。答えよ。そなたが世のマスターか？言葉は少ないが美しい声だ。気に入った。我が身を呼びつけた慢心も今はとうまい。よし、特別に許す。そなたに世のマスターたる栄誉を与えよう。
She takes a hold of my hand and helps me to my feet. From the hand she grabbed comes a sudden warmth, then a sharp pain like if been cut by a knife. On the back of my hand, as though tattooed, is a strange symbol that looks like some kind of crest. Totally confused, I alternate between staring at the mark on my hand and the person standing before me. And then... a noise behind me brings me back to my senses. Turning around, I see that the effigy from before is still there, now in a fighting stance. I wince uncontrollably, recalling my previous defeat at its hands. What an excitable master I have! Why are you so flustered? While I am by your side, have no fear that you may lose your way. Remember, that victory is all that matters. My blade is the ultimate instrument! Even the muses themselves would bow before the music it makes. The sound it makes. I need to fucking read properly. Master, strike of my sword! Show me the extent of your abilities in this first battle! Oh, they added subtitles in this game too! I'm so happy with them to do that.
無礼なやっ高いなもらったぞむやっ今日は楽しいもらったぞそなたに拍手を
The battered effigy stops moving. There's no way it'll still functioning after being effectively torn apart. That wasn't entertaining at all. That wasn't entertaining at all. Considering how long I've waited for such a moment, I am truly unsatisfied. Bad words. She continues to talk. However, the sound of her voice doesn't quite reach my ears. The heat coming from the mark on my hand grew in intensity during the fight, and the resulting pain has become unbearable and burns through my consciousness. The mark imprinted on your hand is your command seal. It is proof that you hold dominion over a servant. You can use it to give 3 orders that must be obeyed. Think of them as disposable strengthening spells. It is also proof of your participation in the Holy Grail War. If you lose it for some reason, you will die. Once again, I hear that voice, and somehow manage to ignore the pain and listen to what it has to say. I can understand your confusion, but before I forget, congratulations. You have endured much to make it here. Now rest for a while. You have achieved your first goal. It was an incredibly clumsy effort to say the least, but that's what's made it all the more entertaining. I've had this duty for a long time, but this is the first time I've seen a master as helpless as you. Nevertheless, be proud of your achievement. Your quick thinking came as a result of nerves and rashness. Thinking about it, the voice sounds like that of a 30-year-old man, and it's really irritatingly smug. For some reason, I can see the owner of the voice as a priest dressed in a somber cassock. Oh, you are curious about my identity. I am honored, but I am insignificant. I am merely a part of the system. I am just a guide, tasked with giving a standard message and given the personality of a prior participant. I am no more than words, no more than a mountain you just conquered, no more than a record of the past. A record. So if I raise any objections to this voice, does it mean I won't receive any answers in return? Exactly. Well, this is unexpected. You have received a commendation. Something about you having a light. Oh god. I have no clue who would say such a thing about me. But that short phrase struck my heart because, for some unknown reason, I knew the words were sincere. And as for I expect good things from you, it seemed more like a command than an encouragement. Now, let us commence your baptism. You have proven yourself more than worthy. You're proving yourself worthy of the honor. For most, the monotony of everyday life continues on without end. Your decision to look beyond the accepted and progress means you have earned the right to exist. However, you have but taken the first step. Be jubilant, young knight, for the Holy Grail War begins now! I have no idea what he's talking about. The Holy Grail War? The right to exist? That is correct. An object of great power once existed in the world, one that could grant any desire. People called it the Holy Grail, and fought endlessly in an attempt to gain sole possession of it. This war, the system you find yourself in now, is an evolution of those struggles. You stand at the entrance of a deadly struggle where many wizards will perish in the pursuit of the Holy Grail. Listen, Magi. Had I not bestowed upon the Earth's desire, you would be merely saints committing of sin. Now, fight to the death! The fiery throne of heaven will only receive those with the strongest of desires. The voice reverberates throughout this hidden chapel, as if it were the voice of a god. Kill? Magi? Holy Grail that grants wishes. These questions and more swirl inside my head and almost seem to carve themselves into my flesh. In war, a weapon is needed. That is your servant. They're the spear that pierces, the shield that protects. A heroic spirit whose purpose is to clear your way to the Grail. That is the one who stands beside you. I glance over at the young woman in red standing next to me. He was looking up into the sky. She is my servant. It seems you have decided, and with that decision as payment, I now open the gates to the Holy Grail War. The marks on my hand, my command seal, once again begin to become excruciatingly painful. It's over. I can't take it anymore. I reach the limits of my endurance as my mind starts to shut down. As I lose consciousness, I can barely hear the voice's final words. Now let the Holy Grail War begin! No matter the era, deciding who is worthy through battle is the divine providence of man. Magi, who have been invited by the moon, show me your true strength. And that is how we're going to end off the stream. So thank you everyone so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate you guys stopping by for my very first, for the first playing at this game. I am suddenly reminded of way back when, before I started streaming and everything, I was doing an entire series. I was trying to play this damn game. Hold on, let me turn on the background music. I'm trying to play this game on stream. Or not on stream, but I'm trying to play this game for a playthrough. And I never got around to it because I ended up losing a bunch of about a whole week of footage. And then by that point, I had saved over the game and I didn't want to play it over again. But yeah, I am so happy to play this game. It's been so much fun. I know some people like to diss the fuck out of this game, but I love this game all the same. I think we are done. We're just going to go ahead and end off stream for tonight. Once again, thank you everyone for stopping by. I appreciate it, and I hope to see you all next time. Good night, everyone. Have a fantastic sleep. For those who are going to sleep. See you.